Hello, everybody. It's the Crazy Uncle, and welcome to a new series I call We Got Played. And we did. We got played not only as a group, not only as a society, not only as a country, but an entire planet got played. They've been getting played on this one, this particular part, since 1947. Okay? The reason for that is in 1946, we had the state of the art. The first time, or I should say the last time, we ever saw actual state of the freaking art, which was the bombs drop on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Those were state of the art because they were designed, they were built, they were tested, and immediately deployed. That's why we know they were state of the art, because they didn't have time to look at different ways to manipulate it. They just used the damn things. And when they used the damn things, they realized these things are dirtier than hell. But they were effective. The delivery system, however, was not effective at all. Planes can be shot out of the air. We all know that one because they didn't have guided missile tech at the time. Ships can be sunk, i.e., the Indianapolis, the one that actually got sunk after delivering said nuclear warhead. So, what do? You have to get the weapon on target. So, for that, what they do? They looked at what was now state of the art, which was rockets. Well, these will be effective. Nothing can really get in their way. They will reach their target. However, it's going to take a lot of testing because this is new technology. Testing means failures. Failures means a lot of money. And guess what? We had just got out of a war that cost us not only a bunch of money, but a bunch of lives too. And people were not going to sit there and watch us get ready for a third one. They didn't want it. Nobody wanted it. However, there is a way. There's a way to not only test these systems, but also get unlimited funding. And you can wrap it up in all this red tape so that, guess what? No one's going to question it because it's wrapped up in red tape with a nice little bow because everybody thinks we're going to the stars and we're going to seek out new life and civilizations and all this other crazy garbage. And by the way, there's more to that, but let's stick to this target. The kicker is, for an ICBM to work, an intercontinental ballistic missile to operate, it must be able to go up and arch over the thermosphere before it comes back down. That's how they operate, which means if you have an engine strong enough to get your projectile up that high and prove it, guess what? You've just proved to your enemies that you have better technology, can strike them first. What do you think Sputnik was all about? Literally, they launched a grapefruit with some antennas in it. That's pretty much it. They wanted to show that it could be done. Well, we got played because they were showing this in plain sight with NASA. If you look in the thumbnail, the ICBMs and the Apollo rockets are identical, barring one or two small components. This was how they were able to spend all that money developing the ICBM and testing it. And guess what? We all thought it was just dandy, just great. No, we got played. Our entire country got played. And we went into the deep, deep budget with that. And oh my God, did we get freaking played. It annoys me to no end. And if you think, oh no, they wouldn't do that, the government wouldn't have lied to us. I got a whole bunch of offs over there, and you can go fuck them and go that way. Now, speaking of nukes, the atomic weapon, when it was dropped in 1946, well, that was the very last time, like I said, that we saw state of the art. I will let you know there's another time we've been getting played, is the fact that at that point, they took all the fancy technology that they were working on and they moved it over to private areas, i.e. the shadow government, which, I can do like 10 videos on that, but I won't. But they have been working on technology that will absolutely make your head hurt, will make it spin right the hell off because it's absolute crazy stuff. And when I heard about this, I'm like, no, that can't be possible. No way. You're probably like, this guy is nuts. There's no way they'd have crazy technology like, I don't know, teleportation. Well, USS Eldridge, anybody. And by the way, that was during the war in 1943. what you'll hear on that one is that they were working on cloaking technology. Bullshit. Okay? That's another lie, because for that to happen, you would need emitters on the outside. For that to happen, you need to understand what's nowadays called hypersonics. Okay, not hypersonic, hypersonics. This is another way they hide things in plain sight. But there's no emitters. There wasn't any. Everything was internal. This was not a cloaking technology. This was a teleportation test. Okay? Before you go crazy and say, well, this is time travel, teleportation and time travel are two separate things. Understand, I'll break it down real easy. Teleportation is movement of space without time. Time travel is movement of time without space. Okay, mix them together and you'll really start getting a headache when you start breaking down those variables. Understanding physics is not hard. The math is a real bitch. Now, the USS Eldridge, with teleportation technology, which would have put the petroleum industry in deep debt if you can just literally walk through a teleportation and go from New York City to, say, Paris or Shanghai, or, just going to California, or hell, go to your neighbor's place down 2 or 3 miles down the road and, knock on their door. I'll be over there in like 2 seconds. Yeah, you're not even kidding at that point. But guess what? They hid this technology from us, for that matter. Now, when you look at the Eldridge, I want you to understand something. That was a experiment that failed successfully. And I'm going to say it again. It failed successfully. Did they teleport the ship? Yes. Did they teleport the ship successfully and back? Yes. Did they teleport the ship with the cargo and the crew intact? No. For the simple reason they didn't do it fast enough. Because when you are actually teleporting something like that, you are phasing something. And I'm not going to go into the science of it because, again, that would be a whole nother video. But you have to phase it. But what they did, when you hear about it, you'll hear about how the haze that built around it. By the way, that's just a quantum flux field. That's nothing super crazy. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go ahead and look it up. Quantum flux field. It's actually going to blow your mind when you dig into it. But at that point, you could actually see that sucker going around. But it was phasing out slowly. When it phased out slowly, the first thing to kind of break down, so to speak, how to phase not in existence anymore, was the deck plating. Guess what? If you're standing on the deck, okay, and the deck plating is phasing out, suddenly it's thinner than you are. It basically turns into quicksand. And you start sinking down in that sucker. But guess what? You're going to be disoriented as all hell. Guaranteed. It's going down. You're just going to be, wow, I'm suddenly pushing through something. I don't know what the hell's going on. But you're only doing this for about 30 seconds to a minute. Guess what happens when you phase back in? It locks you into place. And guess what? You are now fused. Okay, your molecules have done this and they merge together, which makes you fuse to the deck or the hull or wherever else one of more of your parts might be. That's it. That, again, it failed successfully. Guess what? Because we're not having access to this technology, we got played again. Now, I've been ranting long enough, but if you want to see more, by all means, give me a thumbs up, give me a like, give me a comment, all that other fun jazz, and I'll talk to you later. This is your crazy uncle, and I'm punching out.